All right, wow, that is not at all what I was expecting. Empyre 1 is the first line-wide event from Marvel that is absolutely not at all as advertised, that is using some real Kevin Feige misdirection, up to and including the zero issues from Fantastic Four and Avengers. I think I expected Dan Slott and Al Ewing to deliver, but historically my love for Marvel event books usually falls flat because they're predictable, and then they end up returning to the status quo. Empyre is already delivering on the unpredictable front, but it's made me ask one essential question. Is one of the founding Avengers a fundamental liability? Greetings, space pirates. Hereafter there be spoilers. I'm Dan Umpton, and this is the Doomcast. Again, spoilers follow, so if you haven't read issue 1 of Empyre, turn this off and then come back later. Okay, you read it, right? Alright then. The entire crux of Empyre is the unprecedented alliance of Kree and Skrull empires against the Earth, which is huge. It's like Republicans and Democrats uniting to govern the United States effectively. But that is not what this is about. It's about Tony Stark being a billionaire and fucking things up. Indirectly. Well, okay, not expressly, but that is basically what he does. Stark and the Avengers end up in a standoff in the blue area of the moon between the Kotati and the Kree-Skrull Alliance, led by Hulkling and joined by the Fantastic Four. And if you did not read it, none of that makes sense to you at all. Tony Stark does what he does, which is try and outsmart Reed and sends a signal to hack the Alliance ships before they can attack the Kotati. And it succeeds, which is very bad, as it turns out. Bad because the Kotati are a sentient plant people, and they are the real threat. They have been this whole time, and they plan to establish an empire on Earth, and whoops, it looks like they killed a whole lot of people in the process, including maybe the Thing and others. So this type of thing happens all the time. Tony gotta get his before we gotta get mine. His. Tony is the central hero of the MCU, but in comics he is maybe one of the least effective heroes in the Marvel Universe, in my opinion. Hear me out. He is the money behind the Avengers, yes. He's a technology guy, yes. He's a billionaire, but man, here's the case. When you get right down to it, there's a half dozen other armored heroes now, and there's at least as many smarter people. Do the Avengers need Tony Stark working out his insecurities in the battlefield with Cap and Thor and Jen Walters and Carol and the rest that are earnestly trying to do a better job? Tony is a drunk trust fund baby with daddy issues in a crispity-crunchity shell. And he was wrong in Civil War, he was wrong in Civil War II, he miscalculated severely in Secret Empire and Secret Wars, and fucked up trying to defend the Earth from the Phoenix Force, arguably making Avengers vs. X-Men much worse, infinitely even. I'm not saying Tony's never done anything good in comics, I'm just saying it would be interesting for them to treat Tony as a different character in some respects. The character he actually is. Maybe treat him as the Maker, make him a super villain. I guess they did that with Superior Iron Man in a way, but maybe give him an arc where he has to legitimately reassess his own value and decisions. Other than funding just the Avengers, he's fucked up a lot. Hopefully Empyre and what Jason Aaron are doing in Avengers will lead to some kind of reassessment. Update, I filmed this right before Marvel dropped the free comic book day X-Men that also had the preview of Dark Ages, which apparently looks like they're doing exactly what I'm talking about, killing Tony Stark. And brutally, they have him flying into an out-of-control aircraft, getting his leg chopped off, like, for real. So yeah, be careful what you wish for, because I think I killed Tony Stark. Well, technically, Tom Taylor maybe did. So guaranteed that event is gonna be banger also. I don't know if it's Tom Taylor, like a DC deceased type thing that takes place in another universe, but I guess we will see. Anyway, Empyre as a whole is a great event, just a single issue in, I know. And again, it's a great jumping on point for anything Marvel. I don't always recommend event books, but man, Ewing is a big part of the responsibility of the Avengers' best arcs like No Surrender and No Road Home recently, and Dan Slott created the Spider-Verse and had a 10-year run on Spider-Man, so I knew this was going to be good and they were going to deliver, so I'm in for it, you should be too. Thanks everybody for watching, this has been the Doomcast, we'll see you next week.